Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the babbler. That's me on this evolutionary high of this breed that is breeding and seeding everywhere. So this is video number 3 to video number 1 and 2. I already forgot what I named video number 1, and I haven't even named video number 2, but it's uploading. So you know how I go. I just, I'm listening to spirit as I illuminate on many of the things that I have to be recording at this time. So just so I can speed up the process, just because I have to go and do other things as well. This is video number 3, trying to explain to you some of the videos that I will be talking about and bringing up moving forward in regards to our own spiritual awakening journey, or however you want to identify it as, whether you're a newbie to it, whether you have been a lifelong participant and a lifelong participant of the spiritual aspect inside of life, but on different levels during the course of your life. So no matter what, there are many things that that we experience that would be helpful, especially for those that may feel alone in this kind of process or journey, that might find things that help them to further understand their own experiences better. And just bear in mind that although we are each individuals and we all may have similar experiences in some kind of way, every one experience is never going to be exactly the same as other people. The beauty of all of this is learning your own inner language about how it is that you receive, how you are shown many things. It's a language, baby, that each of us must learn for ourselves. So may these videos be helpful and beneficial to you. May they resonate with you or connect with you in some kind of way that offers further insight, understanding, understanding, overstanding of any of your own kind of experiences, and and just note that you're not alone. So in video number 2, I got cut off right when I was talking about the deep REM sleep. So I just want to finish that briefly too. So anyone, no matter what it is that you categorize yourself on in terms of sleep experience and what you understand up until this point right now, if you ever had the experience of being awoken sooner, jolted awake sooner than your body was ready for, you might awaken from that state of sleep still kind of sleeping, but conscious. The other day, to explain this even further for myself, to be able to understand this even better, just the understanding of it, of being lucid, but still being in a deep state of REM sleep that causes one's body to naturally shut down in that protective mode of line of defense that does come up so that you don't hurt yourself. So you know how if you ever say, oh, that person, you can't sleep with that person because they move around in their sleep so much, they're so uncomfortable to sleep with, they're always constantly putting their leg on me or kicking me or whatever, that person obviously is not in a deep state of REM sleep. And then you see those people that if you ever slept with somebody in your bed, and I'm not just talking about intimacy, I'm just saying, we have siblings and all this kind of stuff, and you'd be like, how is it that you fall asleep so quick? And they just be still like a baby, and you're just like, well, this is gonna be a long night. And they don't move. You know what I'm saying? And they're just able to just go there, travel there to that state of deep sleep. Or that, you know, like, how about like parents who have babies that learn their babies' circadian rhythms of sleep, where they're like, no, I know it's been 20 minutes and the baby sounds like he or she fell asleep, but I promise you, let's give it 10 more minutes and then we're good. We can talk a little louder, you can put the TV a little bit up, then the baby's out for the night. But like 10 more minutes, because if not, you're going to start the baby awake and it's going to be like a cat nap kind of thing. Understanding the different levels that we travel in our own sleep patterns, except that we don't infuse informations that we learn together. Like, everything we learn in pieces and parts, we keep it in pieces and parts and keep everything so separate that if you took the time to just infuse 1 + 1 = 5, then you would realize that everything always ties together. So it's the same thing. So, like, you know, don't be so caught up in the fear-based mind thinking of, oh my God, like, well, how do you explain that when I woke up from that state, I couldn't move and there was a monster right over my bed? But we could explain. Because you have been jolted awake, granted that you are not conscious, but every other part of you is still asleep. So chances are, it's just like Freddy Krueger. Think about it. Bringing him into the 3D reality takes away his power in the movies. Like, you know, he becomes weaker. He's only strong in the dream realm. Like, you know, so part of, like, you know, their experimentations and solutions was to bring Freddy out so that it can weaken him, you know, or whatever. His power becomes less effective that way when you take him out of the dream realm, or whatever the case may be. So think about that. When we take things out of the dream realm and bring it into this 3D realm, it becomes weaker. So to awaken weakest, and to kind of still be, to feel like you are actually lucid, you're conscious, to then be freaked out by whatever it is that you brought out into the dream realm that is being shown in this reality. That I just saw other things too that came into mind, because some other things came into mind. I'm gonna dive into that at this time, but that's not to freak you out in any kind of way, because these are two different separate kind of like occurrences. That here I'm talking about sleep paralysis, which is a common occurrence, or a not so common occurrence, but, like, you know, it's still like feared because it's looked at in such a way that I just think that if you just add up 1 + 1 = 5, you would see and understand it just logically of how that can be. So if you ever awaken to an experience such as that, where you can't move, you can't do nothing, the next time, if that ever was to